What is the ultimate Arctic Monkey song? Well, when looking through a bunch of lists, there is one song that keeps popping up in the top spot. One which they only played live once on the previous tour and in like the last 8 years. And one which I can comfortably say is my favorite song of all time. I'm not saying it's their best song necessarily, but it shows an insight into the band which no other song really is able to grasp to the same extent. Whatever people say I am, that's why I'm not, is quite possibly the last great album of the post-punk revival scene before it transformed itself into the indie rock scene of the early 2010s. Favorite Worst Nightmare, for instance, would already fall into the latter category for me. Of the entire first half of this album we get whiplash-inducing energetic songs with catchy bass lines and great drum work, which go from party bangers to screamable jams. In the second half then, the band shows us a new image, with relatable retellings of sticky situations and sweet love songs. The last two songs leading up to the final then are entirely different beast. When the sun goes down starts slow, explodes at the middle and then slows down again, while From the Ritz to the Rubble keeps on expanding, culminating in a chant which acts as the high point of the album at this point, which leaves us a stage for the final song on the album, A Certain Romance. In the beginning of this masterpiece we hear drum Matt Helders providing one of his most iconic yet simple drum beats, which after 4 beats is followed up by loud guitars stressing the same rhythm. Both of them keep on hyping each other up, seemingly getting more emphatic by the second, but always just building up for a resolution. But the song implodes. All there is left is a high riff built around a B major chord. It is a gentle, enduring interplay between the two guitars, which leads into the verse, with laid-back style staccato rhythm guitars and a damn catchy bass line, built around again the B major chord, then an E major and an E minor, a 1 chord, a 4 chord, followed by a minor 4th and repeat. That last minor 4 chord is a great one for the song. It differs from the two before as it doesn't fit into the key of B major. It deals as a contrast, a change of mood, something that only reveals itself for a very short duration of the progression, just to then be immediately glossed over by the major 1 chord. It's an uncertainty that always returns but never takes over, as a song doesn't let it to. Lyrically, the song is quite unspecific. As The Guardian said it, whatever people think he says, that's what he's not. And despite that, I think when looking at it with the perspective of the north-south divide in England, which, by the way, I'm only digging my nose into very briefly and I don't really have much insight from my own experience, it all appears to make sense. I could bore you with politics now, but all you really need to know for it is this. In the first verse, Alex Turner paints a picture of people wearing classic Reeboks, naked Converse or tracky bottoms tucked in socks. Funnily enough, the first thing that pops up when googling naked Converse are just pictures of people wearing Converse Arctic Monkey shoes. This entire person you've seen billions of times. This entire person trying to be cool without many opportunities. It's the modern version of the working class cool kids, playing football outside or going to the stadium, which are looked down upon by the south of England, denying the sense of community and romance that can be present there. The chorus is an answer to that claim. Alex declares how he will try and change their minds, although, as he puts it, the minds are made up, and people have no intentions on changing their view about the North once it is there. Musically, it's a thing of beauty, with a ridiculous amount of chords, of which Jamie Cook plays a riff which seems stagnant at first, but keeps getting more fluent towards the end as it resolves. In the second verse again, the southern person keeps on ravaging about the north and their violent, soulless ways, denying any sense of community and how that's not how we do it in the south. Despite how the sort of people acting like idiots when drunk, for instance, are really everywhere, and they are not so different. The second chorus is again the same as the first one, however, it repeats. And the repetition proclaims that he will not let people make the North look bad for him, and how they will not get him to leave, which in hindsight is kind of ironic. The last verse then is just Alex saying, "Well, over there, there's friends of mine. What can I say? I've known them for a long time. And yeah, they might overstep the line, but you just cannot get angry in the same way." In my opinion, this describes community very well. Because of your love for the people, you may find it difficult to blame them in the same way you do with ones you are not really attached to in any way. And even if so, you don't usually forget what makes them important for you. Alex leaves us with the statement as the band hits their last two musical finale of the album, giving it their all just to again slow it down in the end and gently resolve the song. A certain romance, as I see it, is a love letter to the north of England, but it can just be seen as an allegory for home in general. There might be people saying bad things about your place, but the person that really has to live there is you. And while other people might have the prejudices, if you found your people, then that's all that really matters. It is of course ironic to look at the song seeing where Arctic Monkeys are now. Global superstars, only part-time living in Sheffield or England even, and it is fitting that they don't really play a song live anymore. As how Alex puts it, some songs on their first album don't represent them anymore. It shows, however, more youthful, almost idealist view on community, come from bands which never really had the chance or desire to leave their home for good. And in my opinion, even if it isn't what the band necessarily stands for today, it is part of their history. Apart from just displaying their musical ability to an extent few other songs have been able to do since, it is a song no other band could have written, and which has been able to touch people independently from the stages of their lives. And because of that, it is, in my opinion, the definitive Arctic Monkeys song.